Welcome to Vigilance Education. We are here to give you some information on why you should take our class instead of all the other dozens of options you have.
So we're here to tell you why our class is cooler than the rest, basically is what we're trying
Pretty
to do.
much.
So one of the things that makes our class, sets it apart, is this is not your normal button push class to a grade type of a class. Have you taken those before where you
I
sit
have.
and you click and
They're
you're
boring.
like, yeah, multiple choice questions, click, 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 and you do enough for the right clicks and you get a grade. This is not that type of class. This is a class for those of you who want to dive in, learn and read some awesome stuff, and actually interact with the materials you're using.
Actually think. I know my experience with those button pushing classes is that I felt like it was just me and this computer, and I was so bored. It was awful. And so our class is designed to be a little bit more interactive, a little bit more engaging, and a lot more fun.
You're going to be sharing your ideas with the people around you. We're going to be sharing our ideas with you. You're going to have classmates that you'll get to hear their ideas from. So it'll be a kind of a cool, fun sharing of ideas instead of just button pushing.
Yeah, it's more of a club because you actually are, like you said, interacting with real people, not just the computer. So you'll get to know us a little better. We'll get to know you. You'll get to know your classmates. It'll be a lot of fun.
Another thing that sets our class apart is that we're going to be looking at real stuff, original source stuff. This is not just, some type of dry textbook thing that you're going through. When you study the ancient world, we're actually going to read Egyptian stuff. When you study the beginning of the U.S. history, we're actually going to, read the Founding Fathers stuff. When you study the 20th century U.S., we're going to look at the music and movies from the time period. We're going to look at the real stuff through these history lessons that we go through, which is pretty cool. It's kind of fun to feel like you're there and do the, the original source document stuff.
And when you're reading with me, it actually becomes a little bit more like a book club because you're going to be interacting a lot more regularly through discussion boards and other activities with your classmates and with me so that you're actually learning from people around you, not just from me, because I'm pretty smart, but I don't have a corner on all good ideas in the world.
And if you're thinking to yourself, boy, this sounds a little dry to read all this original stuff, well, don't worry. We walk through and read a lot of it with you and help you understand it, and so you kind of get a partner as you read through these things, so you're not just
you don't have to
reading
be
the book by
well-versed in
yourself.
ancient Egyptian right now.
No, but you will be if you do our stuff. You'll learn a lot about ancient Egyptian and how to read the symbols of what they wrote about.
And I think the biggest thing that I really like about our classes is that we're not teaching you what to think. I feel like a lot of classes, especially those button-pushing ones where it's multiple choice, there's only one right answer, right? They want you to think about what they want you to think about. In our class, we don't want to teach you what to think. We want to teach you how to think so that you're coming up with your own ideas and contributing to the world in real, useful ways.
So if that sounds good to you, a class where you can kind of delve into the real stuff, learn how to think, learn what these other people thought, and share your ideas, then boy, we've got the class for you. Just a little bit of information at the end here. Our class does count for English and history credit at the same time. How nice is that? Kind of knock them both out at the same time. And it's nice because the stuff that you read in literature and the stuff you read in history kind of go together and you work a lot of it together. And if you take these classes, you will get the history and English credit you need to graduate.
Yep. So make sure you're paying attention as you try and figure out which class you want to take, which credits you need, so you make sure you sign up for the right class because there are a couple of different options.
All right, the early U.S. class. This class is designed to give you the foundations to be a smart American and understand what this country was built on.
Yeah, this is a really important class for anybody who is a citizen of the United States, for sure, because there are a lot of documents and parts of our history that a lot of people in a normal high school class or junior high class won't even touch. They'll just kind of talk about, but not in our class.
Yeah, we start the history by looking at Europe and the roots of freedom in Europe, and then we start reading some of the philosophers like John Locke, who talked about what it meant to be free and why freedom was so important. Then we look at all the colonies, why they were settled. We look at the Founding Fathers, what they thought, and we'll spend a whole sections talking about the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. You'll get a pretty strong knowledge of those two documents pretty hard. And then we'll look at some of the things that happened after the Constitution as we try to figure out how to put this country together all the way up to the Civil War. So that's what we cover in the history part. It's actually just a lot of really awesome stuff. It makes you just proud of the things that these people did. Sorry, I was just
it makes you
flustered for a
speechless.
second.
It makes you speechless.
It does. Of what these people did to build our great country.
In the English side of things, we talk a lot about the hero's journey, which is a really prominent way of presenting stories. And you'll start seeing how the hero's journey is prevalent in basically every story that you read, including your own life and the lives of the Founding Fathers, which is how we'll connect to the history section for the year. So it's a really interesting, very immediately applicable to life kind of class.
So a great class of stuff you should know, and it's fun because we're there with you.